Okay guys, we have a nice comprehensive review of all the ASICS shoes in their lineup for you today. We're going to be testing the Gel Resolution 8, the Core FF2 and the Solution Speed FF. We're going to look at the different technologies the shoe offers, how they differ in terms of their makeup, and also we're going to talk about how they felt first putting the shoe on, maybe slight differences in fit, and how they felt on the court. Did they feel as stable as each other, as lightweight as the other one? So I'm joined by George Houghton. We're looking first at the Gel Resolution 8 shoe. How did it feel when you first put it on?
Yeah, I think it's a super comfy shoe. I think initially it was a little bit tricky to put on, but once it actually was on, it's super comfy and fits like a glove.
And then when you're moving around, how did it feel in terms of, were you able to slide on it? Did it feel nice and stable around the ankle?
Yeah, I think this shoe shows a lot of stability. I think for my ankle and also just my foot in general feels super comfortable in here. Moving out wide, it feels good. Doesn't feel like I'm in any danger of rolling my ankle or anything like that at all. I think it is, yeah, super stable.
And does it have a kind of firm feel when you're putting it on in terms of it's a very durable shoe? How does that translate into the feel of the shoe?
Yeah, I think it's really good in terms of, yeah, it's a very firm shoe and it is very durable. They last a long time, but at the same time, it doesn't feel clunky. It feels pretty light. And easy to move in. Doesn't feel like I'm wearing a really heavy shoe at all.
Okay, so the Gel Resolution 8 actually features a one-piece sole. So how did that translate in terms of grip and feel for the shoe?
Yeah, I think it was great. I think when moving both side to side and forwards and back, I think I felt like there was no danger of slipping. I don't personally slide, but I didn't feel like I was slipping at all. I felt super grippy and felt in control of my movement.
So this Gel Resolution features a DynaWrap technology which aims to keep the foot in place as you're moving around. Did that translate for you when you were moving?
I think so. I think it made sure my foot was much more compact in the shoe. I think that may be why it was a little bit tricky to put on initially, but once your foot's actually in the shoe, it does feel super padded and enclosed in with the shoe.
Mm-hmm. So George is now looking at the Solution Speed FF. So first impressions when putting the shoe on, how did it feel?
Yeah, it fits really well for my size, like really true to size, and it's just super comfy.
Perfect. And then when you're moving around, maybe pushed out wide, how did it feel there?
Yeah, I think this shoe in particular is very lightweight, so I think especially when moving, it's really comfortable and then also easy to push back off because there's no shoe weighing you down at all. So
the Solution Speed FF features a split sole, so that's aimed to help the kind of dynamic movements you see on the tennis court. Did that come through for you when you're kind of changing direction, help the dynamism?
Yeah, I think the shoe was super grippy when changing directions. I felt very nimble on my feet and it was very helpful in dynamic movements and felt easy to change direction with this shoe.
Okay, so the Solution Speed FF features flight foam technology, which is an amazingly soft foam they put all throughout the shoe, which is very lightweight foam. So did that kind of comfortable feeling come through when you're moving around, and did it still have that lightweight feel you need when pushing off?
Yeah, definitely. I think that contributes to the lightweightness of the shoe and how easy it is to change direction. It's very padded, very soft on your feet. Definitely don't feel any shock waves coming up through my knees or anything. I think that's probably due to this technology.
So now George is looking at the Core FF2. This is ASICS' most premium shoe that they do. It's supposed to offer the best of both worlds in terms of those attacking players and those defensive moving players as well. So first impressions of the shoe, how did it feel when putting it on?
Yeah, super easy to put on and super comfy. It feels very padded all the way through. So I mean, yeah, very comfortable shoe to have on.
Lovely. And then moving around, how did this one feel in terms of changing direction? You know, did you feel it was as stable as the other ones?
Yeah, again, super stable shoes, really easy to do them dynamic movements and change direction with. Super grippy to the court, so I can change direction without slipping or anything. Really good shoe.
So this shoe features a mono sock, okay, which is a sock which encases your whole foot. It's supposed to aid the stability of keeping that foot in place when moving around. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was a bit strange putting it on. I obviously felt like I was putting an extra sock on my foot, but once your foot is actually in the shoe, it does feel super stable and it feels like it's really closing it in with the shoe.
So you might have seen a certain Novak Djokovic sporting these shoes. So he actually helped design the Core FF. in mind, he was looking at making sure it was a very lightweight shoe, but also had that stability in order to make sure you can change direction. I mean, George, you're probably the best mover I've ever seen. Did they really translate when you were moving around with them?
Yeah, I don't think anybody could argue with you there, but yeah, I think they are. I think it's really stable out the corners. I think easy to change direction without weighing you down too much. I think, yeah, very good balance between being super lightweight and really stable and helping my ankles and feet being supported.
Okay, so we've looked at all three shoes that ASICS have to offer. You've got the super premium high-end Court FF, which George has in his hand here. Can you start by maybe comparing the Court FF and how it feels compared to the other two?
Yeah, I think this is almost kind of the middleman between the three shoes. I think it's very stable while also being very light, whereas I think the other two almost kind of try and supply two extremes of the spectrum. I think the Solution Speed is a bit lighter and a bit more nimble, whereas the Resolution is a bit more stable. So I think the Court FF is very much the middle ground between them.
Yeah. And the kind of the best qualities of, say, the Resolution in terms of the durability aspect and the stability of it and the lightness and feel of the Solution Speed FF come through in this?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I wouldn't say I noticed too much difference in terms of it being any heavier than the Solution Speed. So I think it is also very lightweight. And again, yeah, and with this sock kind of aspect, it did feel very stable and my ankle felt very secure. So
George has tried the whole range as we talked about today. Were there any we talked about the different technologies and how they feel, but did you notice anything in terms of how they felt in terms of putting them on that you could feed back as well?
Yeah, one thing I found interesting between all three shoes was that they felt a little bit different in terms of the sizing. I found that the Solution Speed was almost perfect and true to size, fit my foot really well. I found that both the other two shoes, both the Resolution and the Court FF, both came out a little bit bigger than I was used to.
Yeah.
For me, I normally wear 2 pairs of socks, so that's not too much of a problem, but I think for them two, I would normally get about half a size down in them two, surprisingly, considering it's the same brand.
Right. So in terms of price point, the Solution Speed FF and the Gel Resolution 8 come in at 135 in terms of the RRP, whereas you've got the Court FF at 175. So obviously you want to fleece ATT as much as you can, but which shoe might you be taking? Is the Court FF at 175, does it do enough to be so much of a better shoe?
I think when you're paying, it definitely does.
Right.
But for me, I think I would take the Gel Resolution or the Solution Speed. I think they're still such high quality shoes for the extra £40 difference. I think they're a perfect shoe as it is. I don't think it needs to be much more than that, in my opinion.
So say for example someone really wants durability, is that the Gel Resolution? If someone really wants lightweight, that's the Solution Speed FF. Would that translate for you?
Yeah, I think so. I think the Resolution, you can tell who's picking it up, is a much more durable shoe. And I think the Solution Speed FF is a very lightweight shoe and it feels very nimble. I think that's paramount when you're trying them on.
Okay guys, so there you have it, some mixed reviews here today. I think the Gel Resolution's big strong point was that durable feel. It's a very stable shoe, slightly heavier than the Solution Speed shoe, which is very, very lightweight out the box, super nimble on your feet. Whereas the Court FF kind of brings those two qualities together. It's that stability aspect, the durability aspect as well, and obviously very lightweight, just like the Solution Speed FF. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Please give it a like, thumbs up and subscribe.